Peace and blessings is real. First and foremost, I want to take this time and give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten Son, Yahweh Shai, for allowing this word to come out. And I hope you sincere brothers and sisters is edified by this word. And the name of the lesson is called Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, Volume 247. In this edition, we're going to speak about the kidnap plot attempt to Governor Gretchen Whitmer. This is one of the, hottest stories of late that's taken place. And the significance of this event, it really points that we in the sign of end time, man, as we known it to be. We've talked about police brutality. We've talked about COVID. We've talked about potential race riots. We've talked about a lot of different things. The RFID microchip being implanted. There's several things that are happening in these days that let you know, man, we in trouble. And right now, the biggest thing that's happening right now is this vote campaign, this tremendous push for people to go out and vote. And the significance of this big push pertaining to getting people to go out to vote like never before, there's political figures. When you think of politics, you got senators, governors, mayors, and so they all are key players when it comes to this politicking, man. And what you have going on today is intimidation. I guess that would be the best way to say this. What we have going on today is the takeover. It's a takeover, man. You got the militias, you got, terrorists. It's a lot of different white supremacists as well. You have a lot of these groups of people that have violence, mayhem, pandemonium, overdose on their mind. Again, the white supremacists, you have the militias, you have the domestic terrorists, even the Hebrew Israelites, okay, have been deemed as terrorists as well, dangerous individuals. And right now, man, politics they going for blood at all angles. I mean, everybody's dying on the album this year, man. And what I want to talk about is the, alleged plot against the Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer. As you know, it was, 13 individual was charged in this. 6 of these guys got federal charges. And then you had 7 others that had state charges, man. And just think about it, man. The fact that they attempted, okay, to kidnap the governor of Michigan, being a woman that is, that should let you know, man, we in trouble, man. These particular individuals have been deemed as militias. But the media does not want to subscribe to them being malicious. Why? Because militias are on top of the list as the most dangerous people. So they don't want people to be frightened that you got militias putting plots on government figures. Ain't no telling how far they'll go. But even the governor herself, Gretchen Whitmer, She wouldn't subscribe to these individuals as malicious. She said that they line up more as domestic terrorists, you see. And what you have going on, it was an elaborate kidnap scheme being put in place. These particular individual had detonated explosive that was self-created. These guys coordinated 24/7 surveillance. I mean, they did their homework, man. This was not an overnight thing. They thoroughly planned this, man. They even had extreme they coordinated surveillance, man, to watching the governor's her vacation home, man. And the plan was they were willing to take it to murder if they needed to, or particularly it was going to be a vicious attack on Gretchen with Governor Gretchen Whitmer. I think at the end of the day, they really wanted to present a vicious attack or give the impression they were willing to go as far as murder to make a political statement, man. And like I said, this year's election is going to be like no other, man. I mean, it's so much tension already building. People on both sides are already planning how they're going to embrace what's to come, you see. Now, when it comes to kidnap, right, because that was exactly part of they plot and they scheme was to kidnap the governor, man. And the kidnap, another word for kidnap is, well, let's just say this. When it comes to kidnapping, it's a crime punishable by life in prison in some states and in some countries. And it's also even a death penalty, depending on the severity of the kidnapping. What I want to do is the Bible actually speaks about kidnapping. And as Israelites, we are not to indulge in that. And kidnapping as a whole is not a good thing, man. And we're going to bring that in Exodus 21:16. And it reads, "And he that stealeth a man and selleth him, or if he be found in his hand, he shall surely be put to death," man. You see that? So the main thing it says is stealeth a man, aka kidnaps a man. You see that? And these individuals, okay, allegedly, okay, attempted to put a plot together to kidnap the governor. And in the process, like I said, that crime is punishable to not only life in prison, but in some cases, the death penalty. And the Bible just showed you a beautiful example of what happens, man, when you try to commit a kidnap, man. All the signs is pointing into we in trouble, man, as a society, man. It's just going to be more violence. It's just going to get really crazy, man, in these end times, man. And like I said, even with this voting that's going on right now, Elvis and them ready to make a major move, man, depending on which way it go. We only got a couple more scriptures left, and we're going to close this out. In 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, and it reads, give me a second. I'm in 1 Timothy. 2 Timothy chapter 1, verse 7, and it reads, "For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear, but of power and of love and of a sound mind." You see that? So the main thing that we ought to focus on in 2 Timothy 1 and 7 is when it says, "For Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear," the spirit of intimidation, the spirit of cowardice, the spirit of timidity, you see, aka intimidation, man. So don't let this plot kidnap attempt on Governor Gretchen Whitmer's life Don't be intimidated by that, because the Lord already told you in 2 Timothy 2:1 that Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear. And that's exactly the attempt on engaging, okay, with intimidation. It tells you Yahweh have not given us the spirit of fear. He didn't give us the spirit of intimidation. But this plot against the governor is just a prelude to more intimidation tactics that's gonna be motivated just by individuals watching this video. Those that are down with white supremacy, those that are down with Satan, whatever hate group, whatever it is that you involved in, is only gonna ramp up in these last days, man. And like I said, this was a very, very blatant intimidation tactic that these so-called militias, aka so-called what's the word I want to use? Domestic terrorists, okay, so to speak, man. What's the name of the lesson, man? Sign of the End Times, Biblical News, volume 247. And in this edition, we're dealing with the kidnap plot attempt, okay, to Governor Gretchen Whitmer. And these dudes is going for blood, man. I mean, it's a world overran with criminals, evildoers, goons, gangsters for all that matter. And the Bible speaks about goons. It speaks about criminals. It speaks about evildoers. And we're going to get that, man, as we get ready to close off this word. Everybody know Yahushua was on the cross, man. And it was two men with him that was on the cross, and they were malefactors. Matter of fact, let's, in Luke 23:32, let's see what it says about malefactors, man. In Luke chapter 23, verse 32, and it reads, "And there were also two others, malefactors, led with him to be put to death," man. The malefactors that it's speaking about is criminals. Criminals are evildoers. Criminals are known, is another name for a goon, gangster. You see, and the world is overran with all of this, especially in these last days, man. Cold-blooded, man. Cold-blooded. Like I said, I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word, man. And we give all praises, glory, and honor to Yahweh through his only begotten son, Yahushua, for allowing this word to come out, man. And again, this plot, kidnap attempt against the mayor of Michigan. If this ain't a clear sign that we in the end times, that we in dangerous times, just keep playing. Keep thinking it's a game, and before you know it, you're going to lose your mind, man. Because we tried to forewarn you, give you this information so you could be circumspect. But nobody's not interested in that, man. Again, I hope you sincere brothers and sisters was edified by this word. And shalom, man, already.